Hello. Hi, everyone. Welcome uh, to a surprise one shot. Um, unfortunately, Callie is ill today. She's uh, resting up instead of stressing about running a one shot. So I threw together a little something to fill this space. We are doing a little one shot set in Providence, the world of the Book of Time. I've got a few friends here with me, um, and we're doing a little one shot. Should be a good time. Alrighty. Did we have any announcements?
That's who you're playing for.
What?
Exclamation mark fundraiser in the
Oh, yeah,
chat,
that's right.
guys.
Yeah, do that, and then don't give money to it because it's good cause, and yeah, they do good work, and we should give them money. Um, yeah, I don't really have anything else.
God damn it.
That is indeed an announcement. Cryo is a breedable idiot. We'd like to tell the world. All right, so I guess we'll just jump right into this little one shot then. So this one shot is probably gonna be like real short, but that's fine because it'll be a good little time.
We're here for a good time, not a long time.
Yeah. Yeah. So our party were our party is a group of bounty hunters from a sort of bounty hunting guild known as the Monk, um, generally based in Seoul. And they have been sort of contracted and sent off as a group to go and retrieve a magical item from some sort of organization in Pelna. You were contracted by some sort of nobleman who wanted you to retrieve this artifact, and they sort of gave you brief details about it, but not enough that you really know what it is. You're just being paid to get it. You were sort of told that it was in a sort of yay big box, just a simple wooden box. You were told not to open it at all, ever. But you would know it was the right one based on a certain feeling you would get as you held the box. And so you all sort of did your deed. You broke into the facility and fucking yoinked the box, which you were, judging by the feeling you got when you picked it up, you were like, yeah, that's probably right. And you're sort of under the understanding that the sort of person who contracted you wanted sort of discretion about it all, because there would be other people who are after such an artifact. And so, yeah, you being successful and managing to grab your mark, you decide to stop the night in a small, sort of modest inn in Pelna, known as the Rusty Tankard. It's a very simple structure, mostly wood, stone roofing. But there's it's sort of known. You've spent like a little bit of time in Pelna now, and you've known this place is it's sort of more on the cheap end, but still well regarded and like sort of seen as a sort of respectable place. Not like filled with thugs and that sort of stuff. It's typically visited by the common folk and guards, etc. Occasionally visited by merchants and nobles and that sort of stuff, though they're not really the common people seen there. And as you sort of begin to um, and as you begin to sort of you reach the front door, just sort of off to the side of the door, there's like a little sort of notice board. And just having a quick scan through the notice board, you see there's a few notices posted on it. One of the first one says that Tereth is now taking bets on how long the Greendale military will hold Pelna from the oracles. Karis has got a bit of an insect problem and is looking for exterminators. A new arcane artifact store is opening soon, Mystia's Arcane Emporium. The Thorn is wanted for multiple thefts in the region. If found, please report to the nearest Emerald Guard post. Sort of keeping these in the back of your mind in case you want to sort of make a little bit extra money come the next day. You sort of head in, prepare to celebrate the night. You hear sort of a bard playing off in the corners, filling the sort of ambient soundscape of the tavern, there's people quiet chatter. Some people cheerfully, merrily drinking. Some people eating. There's a old sort of half elf barkeep behind the counter. He's got sort of this eye patch over his eye, and as far as you can see, up his arm to his shoulder is all sort of a mechanized arm, and it's sort of got this weird grapple on it that he's using to sort of just sling out drinks. And yeah, so you all sort of make your way in, and you manage to find yourselves a sort of empty booth to sit in, as you all sort of have a couple drinks, get yourself some rooms and food, and sort of celebrate your small win before the long trek back to Seoul to hand in your bounty. How dare you? Is there anything that anyone would like to do in particular?
Who's got the box?
I will let you guys decide that.
What does the box feel like? What's that feeling?
So holding it, it's not really like a feeling that comes out of the box, but it's almost like sort of something is being sent out, and like sort of you feel it in like your sort of core. There's like sort of it's not necessarily a good feeling. There's like a sort of churning feeling.
It's radioactive.
I feel like we'd play rock, paper, scissors for who
I
carries
was
the
literally
box.
about to say.
I would feel like we're that kind of group.
I'll take it.
Yeah, all right.
I mean, yeah, just it's all yours. If you want to carry it, it's you.
Kind of like it. Did anybody else see the antique store that's going to be opening?
No.
No, I was the only one who checked the notice board that our DM so dutifully read to us at the beginning of the session.
I was going to respond. I was making sure I had pronounced my own name. Fulmar was going to respond, just fucking mouthful of food. Yeah, it did. Looks like a good look.
I don't remember how to tie my own shoes. I don't remember.
I know reading is hard, but what would happen if we sold something to this brand new shop and then took it back to collect our bounty?
Oh no. What do you think about selling?
What?
What are you thinking about selling to him?
The thing that we have that we're supposed to be very discreet about. They were very clear about the description.
So we're gonna sell what we're supposed to return.
Yes. Temporary.
Couldn't we
And then
just
we're
sell
gonna
this
steal
one?
it back. Hey, that's not nice. I think.
She is not an antique. She is practically an infant.
Hey, that's
What?
That's not wrong.
I'm
Not-
just saying it would deepen our pockets just ever so slightly.
So we sell the box and then we steal the box and we return the box after we've stolen the box we've already stole?
Yes.
Well, small part of me feels like that's a bad idea. But if you think it's a good one, let's go for it.
I feel like this has been put in our plate for a reason, and we should take that reason and run with it.
Yeah, I mean, I trust you guys with my whole life, so obviously
This is going to be a very short, very quick
excursion.
None of everything on the notice board, that is not what I wanted you to pay attention to.
On second thought, maybe that would be immoral.
I mean,
I do love a good joke, but I don't know that the brand new shopkeeper would find that very funny.
yeah, probably not.
I don't know if
Also-
running a scam on a new business owner is necessarily my bag.
This is my bag. She shows you like a purple sack.
It's a very nice bag.
Thanks. I worked real hard for it.
No, fully do not show us your bag.
I
was just gonna say, can we still sell this one?
What are you paying?
We sell this one.
What are we selling?
Are you selling me or her? I don't know who you're pointing at.
Her.
We're at a round table. It's hard to tell. It just kind of goes.
I ask what you're paying.
Why would I pay if I'm the one selling?
Because I'm the one selling now. I am agreeing with your statement.
We could sell the rabbit back to a zoo.
There are
What's
no
a
rabbits
zoo?
in zoos. What's a zoo?
It's where they
Someone
hold things
save
that
the
no one
plot.
wants.
Please. What were the other things on the notice board? Which thing on the notice board do you want me to pay attention to?
Oh well, there's.
I heard a story once about. I don't know what I heard.
Could you tell us that story? Tell it for a very long time while we try and figure out what we're supposed to do.
It was something about a centipede, I think.
They have very many feet. Is that the story?
So, yeah.
Speaking
have,
of
like,
insects,
10.
speaking of insects, you guys see that? Fuck, I forgot the word.
Extermination.
That's the one. See that Joe on the
Ooh.
board?
Why do we have to exterminate some bugs? Shouldn't we just kill them instead?
Is that not what exterminate means?
That is what exterminate means. What do you think exterminate means?
Fuck you, Chris.
Oh, I don't have my chat on. Did he create water?
Mm.
Right, so as you're all having this very enlightening conversation about centipedes and theoretically selling the item that you're supposed to be caring for to another fucking person and then stealing it back, you all hear a sort of quiet fall over the tavern, and sort of there's like a sort of clicking sound as all the sort of lights begin to dim, and the bard themselves begins glowing a bit as a sort of soft light emanates from them as they begin the next song. Can you all please roll me a perception check?
Okay. 23.
16.
Wow. I turned a 9 into a 13. This D4 adding is pretty cool.
All right. Yeah. So, sort of as this like hush falls over this room, yeah, all of you sort of hear a sort of sound of footsteps coming from up above in like the sort of upstairs. You can all sort of hear like footsteps, but they're not like the sounds of just people walking through. They're very like deliberate. They're very soft and like sort of slowly happening as there's sort of there's like a little bit of a creak in the floorboards as they misstep. But it seems as though there's sort of very slow movement coming from upstairs.
Miriam's neck cricks impossibly to one side as she she stares up at this sound.
Why are we being so quiet?
Fulmar eating his food, not close to his mouth. What?
What are we listening for?
I don't know.
Do
That
I
maybe?
something for this? Stairs are along a wall, yes?
Yeah.
I don't mind if anybody sees me. I'm just going to get up from the table and go up over to the stairs.
Yeah, you. Most people are focused on the bard.
And then I cast
Muted.
spider climb on myself.
Okay.
Should we go with her?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
And then I go up the wall.
I don't think I can follow her.
No.
Is there any like wooden beams or anything I could try jumping onto? Like near where she is?
Sort of as you go upstairs, there's like a sort of obviously the floor, but there's like railing sort of around it. So there's like a sort of ledge that you can maybe grab up and like jump onto. But
Alright, I'm gonna do that.
cool. Acrobatics check, please.
I'm good at these. 21.
Yeah. So you sort of after seeing Miriam scutter her way up the wall like a spider, you look up and you see like a sort of lip alongside these railings, and you sort of get yourself ready. You crouch down, you jump up, and you grab on. And now you're just sort of hanging there.
Can't do that. So Zersha gets on all fours and just like crawls up the stairs. Knowing she's not gonna be able to do any of that.
I guess stealth check.
Yeah, I should probably do it at disadvantage. She's wearing a lot of bells.
Okay.
How
bells?
desperate was that guy for hiring us for this job?
Oh,
You just wanted to send us very far away.
16.
16. Yeah. So you managed to
Put cotton in my bells before I climb up, obviously.
slide your way up the stairs.
Can we please mention, so Miriam's a vampire. Zasha is a tiefling.
Yeah.
Zarsha, sorry. Fulmar is a bunny. I just would like to make that very clear.
We definitely look like we're supposed to be here.
Yeah, obviously.
Hello? Is anybody up there?
Yes.
I'm up here.
Did you? It's not polite to scare people, Fulmar.
Oh, I'm sorry. Ears just flop down.
What if I died just now? Grabs her chest.
Yes. What if you just died now?
I would have had to prepare your funeral.
Just make sure there's no, like, lame snacks. I'm not a finger sandwiches type of gal. Give everybody cookies. obviously.
But not sandwich cookies.
No, and no oatmeal or raisins. Ew.
Oatmeal raisin is blasphemous.
Blasphemy. Never. I don't know what blasphemy means.
My patron would smite me where I stand were I to bring oatmeal raisin cookies to a perfectly good funeral.
You sound like a good person.
Perception checks?
Yeah.
Okay. I rolled a nat 20. I'm adding my 4 to it. So that's a 25.
I was literally about to ask to get things moving. Do we hear any more creaking?
Yeah.
What's my perception again?
16.
17.
Cool. Yeah, so you all sort of get yourself up to this next level various different ways, whether it's climbing up walls, jumping up on the railing, or sliding up the stairs like some sort of ground.
The way a toddler goes up the stairs.
A lizard.
Lizard.
Cool. Yeah, so you'll make your way up, and as you sort of peer around, it's very dark up here. Like all the lanterns have sort of been extinguished. And you're sort of looking around, and there's sort of a few petals from a flower sort of in a trail along the ground.
Is someone getting proposed to?
Is it me?
Are
And
those
Miriam
edible?
goes down on the floor and takes one of the petals and puts it in her mouth.
Mm.
It's a rose petal. It tastes like rose.
It's a rose petal.
How romantic.
Disgusting. She's
You're gonna be so
continues
happy.
to scurry down the trail of rose petals.
So you see that these petals sort of, they are everywhere in this floor. Like they go into all the different rooms and stuff. And as you're sort of all following it, just sort of this trail sort of splits and goes into like 2 rooms, and then sort of back out into different rooms again, that sort of thing.
So it's hitting every one of the rooms up top here. Looks like it's starting from the one end, and coming this way. And we've plopped down in the middle of it. Is that what's happening?
Yeah, so you've landed up top. In like, so say that there's sort of you get up there and there's like a sort of section.
Landing.
Yeah, so there's like a sort of a hallway with just a bunch of rooms. And then there's this area which goes back downstairs.
Is there anybody like milling around up here? There's nothing.
None that you can see. The trail seems to stop a bit, sort of up in this area.
Fullamar, why don't you... People seem to react more positively when you arrive at their door. Why don't you try knocking?
Okay. And just
Sell them some cookies.
Not oatmeal.
I don't have any cookies.
Zarsha will just like look around frantically, realizing that he has no cookies, and she's gonna cast Silent Image in his hand to make a plate of cookies.
Oh, cookie! Aww.
Frantically casts Silent Image because he doesn't have cookies. Sure. Suddenly you've got a plate of cookies.
Now, your story is airtight.
Alright, I'm on it. He just walks up to the door, goes to knock, but stops, and just leans against it, sort of hearing what's on the other side.
A giant ear.
Exactly.
Sticks the ear Yeah, give me a perception check. I don't know if you have advantage because of your
I
race.
don't believe so.
No.
No. I played a hair and gun tavern fighter before.
Okay, so that was my fifth roll. No, yeah, fifth roll tonight, and none of them have been below 10. I think I found the secret to rolling good numbers.
Good.
Play a bunny.
Perception. You said one bet.
Yep.
Yeah, 18.
Oh, love it. Yeah, it's dead silent in there.
Okay, yeah,
I
sounds.
don't like how you use that word.
What's so menacing about the word dead?
Dead.
Having this play in both his hands, he just sort of looks down, looks at the door. Donk, donk.
This illusionary plate of cookies. So give yourself more brain damage by just.
Miriam is just nodding sagely, like, wow, his commitment to the bit is just. This is
Could've
why
used
he
your
makes the
foot.
big bucks.
I feel like our intelligence scores aren't the highest in this group, so we're probably.
I don't have a bad intelligence score.
Stealing this fucking artifact. All right.
I'm average.
Cool. Yeah, you knock on the door. No response.
And Zarsha's gonna cast prestidigitation to make the smell of cookies appear at the door to try to draw somebody out.
Suddenly it opens. No. No, it's quiet. You can't hear any movement.
Announce yourself. Tell them you're here with cookies.
Room service, we have cookies.
There's
What if they're dying on the floor while eating a cheeseburger in the corner? Should we check on them?
still no response.
I don't think there's anyone in there.
Try the door. Just go in.
Right, now using his foot, he tries to open the door.
With the
Just
foot.
pushing on it. No, just pushing on like the base of it.
It sort of moves a little bit, like sort of cracks open a jar.
We didn't want a jar, we wanted a door. Try again.
He's gonna keep pushing it, the door until there's an opening wide enough for him to stick his head through.
Yeah, so you sort of like put a bit more oomph into it, and the door swings open.
And like it's a cliche sitcom out of the late 80s, Zarsha's gonna put her head on top of his.
And then spider
Fullerton's
climbing up
head.
the wall, Miriam's head comes in after that.
That sounds like a nightmare.
What?
The child in this room screams in terror as this three-headed beast peers around.
We
the
have
window.
cookies.
Pop always said cookies make friends, right?
No.
Yeah, so I don't know. Yeah, it's an empty room. There's like a sort of there's a bed. There's a sort of end chest to like for the person staying in the room to keep their belongings in. There's a sort of little table and chair and sort of study area. There's a couple books on a small shelf. And on the table there's a sort of a little rosebud just sort of planted down.
Fullamar, seeing the rosebud, just immediately drops this plate of cookies, jumps onto the bed and grabs it.
The cookie plate does not shatter. It just sits on the floor exactly perfectly how it was. What you got there?
It's a flower, and he just holds out his hands towards both of them.
Does it have games on it?
What?
Is that a no? Why do we have a flower?
It looked like this room was occupied.
Yeah, there's like sort of bags and stuff sort of in the corner, of, like someone's belongings.
I'm gonna go start looking for ID. Yeah.
Hey, I fucking D.
Yeah. Looking
Yeah.
for papers. Looking for.
Sure, give it a go.
I'm
Right.
looking for any childhood belongings they might be attached to.
Any identifying anything. That's an 11 plus 1, 12.
Rustling through this bag, there's a sort of piece of paper. It's sort of got ink on it, like it's a note that's been written and is going to be sent, but it's not finished.
So there's no signature?
All it is there's like a deer at the top of it. It says "Dear Ferriseth."
Is there a number on this room?
Yeah, sure. It's number
Yes.
4.
Okay. I'll be right back. Miriam scuttles down to the bar.
So, on your way out of this room, you've noticed that the pedal trail has continued and it's gone downstairs.
Just a quick point in this direction. The pedals have continued moving. But anyway, I'm going to the bar.
Have
Bye.
fun. And Zarsh's gonna get on the bed and start jumping on it.
Cool. Yeah, so you come downstairs to the bar. The bard has just finished playing their set. They're sort of taking a sit down and a breather, having some drink and food.
Is
And
the
so,
bard the bartender, or is there a separate bartender?
there's a bartender and then there's the bard who's just sort of playing music.
Okay. Go to the bartender.
Yeah, he's sitting there slinging drinks. Notices you, the half elf older fella is sort of a bit more heavy set, and he sort of says, how can I help?
Oh, we're just getting settled in our rooms, and I noticed that there was a strange odor coming from room number 4. Do you know if the occupant is in the bar?
The occupant, yeah, there was Karis is staying here for now while his place is sort of infested.
Infested. Oh, it's the one with the bugs.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm concerned that perhaps he has brought some with him. Perhaps on his luggage. Do you know where he is?
No, I don't. Sorry.
Insight check.
Yep.
3 plus. Not enough. 3, 6.
He's telling the truth.
All right. Well, does the board have any contact information? She just kind of like turns in place and scuttles back to the board. Does the board have contact information on it?
The board is basically like the equivalent of come and find Karis to inquire about
Here.
It. Like, not even here. It's just like find him in general. Like it's sort of a situation of like more meant for the locals who would like know him.
Going back to the bartender. Are you local?
I live here. Yes.
How does one find Karis?
I suppose you just ask around. I'm sure you'll run into him eventually.
This is what I'm doing. Yes.
Yeah, he's probably somewhere in here if he's staying upstairs.
In this bar right now. What does he look like?
He's a sort of orcish fellow. He's a bit shorter for an orc. He's got sort of dark brown hair, sort of browny green skin, thick sideburns. It's a nice fella.
She looks around the bar for somebody matching that description, but he hasn't seen him, so she doesn't see anything. She goes back up to the team.
While that was going on, Fulham would have started following the trail of these pedals, trying to pick up as many as he could.
Can you roll me a perception check, please?
Sure. Yeah, that's what I get for bragging earlier. 9.
Okay. Cool. You're sort of walking along this trail. You're picking up the pedals.
Yeah.
Cool.
Like, he's just got his arms scooped up like that, picking up as many pedals as he can. Probably dropping some, but... Yeah.
Cool. So you following this trail, you're sort of like focused on the trail and following it, picking up these pedals, and you get bumped into by a orcish man.
Oh, sorry, sir.
No, my apologies. Sorry, I should have been watching where I was going.
All right, well, you have a good night, Mr.
Karis.
Garris. Have a good night.
Sorry, what are you doing?
Well, I saw these pedals on the ground, and I thought they looked nice, so I'm gathering them up.
I suppose it keeps the place clean.
Sure, that's why I'm doing this.
Muted Tay.
She's like, you dropped a few, and like you just see Zarsha picking up like the 3 or 4 petals he's dropped along the way. I got them.
Thank you.
Kids. And he sort of walks back and heads into room 4. And as soon as he enters, he sounds frustrated, and he's sort of you can hear the sounds of like someone turning the room over, looking for something.
Uh-oh.
Does he sound mad to you?
Maybe. Yeah, well, probably just dealing with his own issues. Let's get back to picking up these pedals.
Yeah, there's so many of them. How many do you think you could fit in your mouth?
Want to see if you could fit more?
Yes.
Just grabs a handful, just... Whoa.
Zarsha's like shoving them strategically up in her cheeks. We're just in the hallway.
Meanwhile, they're playing Chubby Bunny with fucking rose petals.
Chubby
Hey, I
Bunny,
resent that
look
name.
at the bunny!
What's Miriam up to?
Crawling back up the stairs.
Cool. So you get back upstairs. And you see them shoving rose petals in their mouth.
No change in expression. So I have some intel. The person who is in room 4 is the person who is having the bug trouble. So we just need to look for an orc. Hang on, I'm not finished. We just need to look for an orc who's a very nice man, and he has green skin and brown hair. And he probably looks pretty frustrated because he's been displaced, because his current situation is that it is full of bugs. I think that's it.
I can't do anymore.
I think we just saw him.
I think he's right there. He seems kind of angry.
Does he?
He sounded... He called us kids.
Where is the place made of cookies?
She looks at the floor. Uh, it's right there.
Philomar? Go!
Oh, right. Just drops petals, runs over to the plate. You want some?
No!
Okay. Just sort of shuffles back towards the door.
How tall is this Harangon?
I think I put him as medium, so
Oh, he's normal people size. Alright.
We should do the routine again. I'm going with the name the brass cloche or the cookie drop. It's a work in progress, but
I liked room service. That was a good name.
room service. Go again, Omar.
Take it from the top, from the top. You did great.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Wait,
And
he knocks?
prestidigit-
He knocks?
yeah, he knocks this time.
He knocks on the open door.
Prestidigitation with the
Oh, he knocks
cookie
on the
smell.
door frame.
Yeah, what's the smell?
Cookies again.
The sort of orc, like halfway through, like looking underneath, like the actual sort of mattress, like the bedroll mat sort of thing. He's like lifted it up halfway, looking, and he says, and he puts it back down, straightens up, and turns around and says, "Can I help you?"
My friend wanted me to bring you cookies, but you look like you're dealing with something. Is everything okay?
Thing very
I'm the
important.
friend. You see
Hi.
Zarsha's head on the ground.
Hi there.
Miriam's head around the top of the door.
Something very important has just been taken from me.
We are bounty hunters, but we don't hunt bounties unless they are stationary inanimate objects.
This guy stopped
So-
believing us when you said we were bounty hunters.
We're very good at finding inanimate objects if you've lost an inanimate object.
We can find anything. We found a bunch of them. One time, we found a ring that was missing. Guess where it was? On my finger the whole time.
That's very impressive.
I know. We're practically geniuses.
Look, I've got my suspicions about who took it, and if you can find them, sure, that'd be nice.
Zarsha pulls out a
Ooh.
notebook from her
Yes.
bra and like a pen, and she's like, "Give me a description."
I've
Little
got no
flip book?
description. It's the Thorn is a sort of well-known thief in the area.
Okay, she draws a stick man. What color are his eyes?
I just said I don't know what he looks like. I just know he's Elias.
Draw a bunch of thorns.
Good idea. She draws some spikes on his head like a mohawk, and she draws no eyes because she's now assuming he has no eyes.
Give him a little mask and a bag with a $sign on it.
Excellent. Good idea.
The most I've that I can give you is the sort of rumors circulating from the guards that he likes to taunt his victims with call signs as sort of a rose.
Okay, start over. How do you spell he?
H-E.
Thank you. He likes call. You said a rose?
Yes.
Thing you had in your mouth earlier.
Homer, is it you? You had all the rose petals. You filthy dog. You are. You were the thief. Found him. Told you we'd do it.
I'm a rabbit.
It's a turn of phrase. I'm not gonna make racially charged statements against you just because you're a rabbit.
It's getting a little heavy. What are you missing?
I was missing a family heirloom. The only issue with the idea that the Thorn stole it is that I can't see any like I said, he likes to leave sort of taunts and call signs, and his is a rose. I haven't seen a rose other than the petals down the hall, which tell me that he's probably been here.
If I cleaned up this guy's mess, does that make me an accessory?
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
You also grabbed the rose that was in the room.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Hmm. If I was a thief named the Thorn, where would I hide?
Garden.
We should go check out the gardens.
Right now, Wombat is thinking, shit, I've got to somehow make this plot go towards the gardens.
Or he's thinking, I'm going to let them struggle until they run out of time because we have a hard cutoff today.
Speaking of which, how long is that? Sorry.
Like 3 more hours.
Oh fuck, that's way too much time.
Yeah.
Alright.
You think that, but look at us. We've
Trust me,
killed.
Great time.
hard things. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So I guess you guys go to the garden.
Wait! Get another page. Can you describe the family heirloom?
It was a sort of small sort of dish, like a plate, but it was crafted by my very first ancestors, and it was laced with sort of arcane energy.
You got that, Z?
Draws a straight line with some dots around it.
How big is this line with dots around it?
Sort of, yeah, big. It's enough. It was a sort of eating dish.
Compare it to a fruit. Like, what sized fruit would it be equal to?
I suppose the closest is probably a watermelon.
Draw watermelon.
Obviously, I'm way ahead of you. And she's got like a half, like, mooned watermelon piece with some dots. And it's obviously one of those pens that has multiple triggers around the side, so she's changing her color as she goes.
I imagine the watermelon is the most detailed drawing on the page.
110%.
It's very kawaii, and it's got eyes and little arms.
Okay, so we know that he likes plates the size of melons.
He's a
And he
flower
might-
that likes melons.
Once again, I didn't think that's what you would take from it, but sure.
Okay, so he likes melons and he likes flowers. So it could be a garden, an orchard, or a market.
Can you spit one of those petals into my hand, please? She holds a hand out to Fullamar. Oh, I got one.
I'll take it back.
What color were the petals?
They're sort of dark red.
So we're looking for perhaps a place that grows dark red flowers.
Hmm.
Unless he is magically manifesting them, but then I don't think they would have tasted so much like they came from a plant.
What do you think the magic version tastes like?
Probably about as tasty as your cookies.
True.
Cryo, what's your passive
Yes.
perception?
My passive perception is 16.
Okay. So enough time has sort of passed now as you're sort of like holding these rose petals. You sort of start to move sort of out of this room into the hallway a bit, and you notice that your bag feels lighter.
When he notices this, he just sort of turns around, slings it in front of him, and opens it up to see what's inside.
The box is missing, and in its place is a rose.
I thought Nikki had the box.
You had the box?
Yeah.
Okay. Fuck, then I needed to make you do checks. Oh.
Okay, that's fine. We can pretend that I gave it to the rabbit.
Because I was going off of before. I think Cryo said that I'll have it.
Yeah, I was going to
Yeah.
say that, but all right, yep, sure.
Cool.
Guys, got a problem.
What?
I may or may not have lost the box and somehow picked up a rose.
And he just lifts it. And
I
shows it
saw
to
you picked up the rose earlier from that guy's general vicinity.
That was a different one. This one's less dead.
How did you lose it? We were right here.
I don't know. I put the box in my bag. Then it wasn't there.
Zarch is just gonna cast See Invisibility.
Just sees a guy in a fucking black and
I have a
white
thing that I'm
striped
going to
outfit.
do, but
There's a guy
can't
who's
see it.
invisible in the corners. No.
Rude.
Eating rose petals like popcorn.
You can't see invisibility. You can't see anything here now.
I will just keep it up. I got time.
Miriam's eyes roll back in her head, so they're all the whites and the veiny undersides, and she makes this kind of low-pitched hum and casts locate object on the box.
Yep. Yeah, so you can see the box is downstairs.
This way, please. And she maintains concentration, so her spider climb is gone, but still, like, on all fours, crawls down the stairs.
Yeah, and as you sort of all make your way back downstairs, this rose petal trail is led out into the actual inn proper. There's a it's sort of as it's clear the petals have sort of been like swished around by people as they've been moving through, and wind's been blowing and that sort of stuff. But there is still like a sort of general direction.
I'm gonna keep following and hope that my friends are following.
Yep.
Cool.
Obviously crawling on all fours behind you just to fit in.
Yeah.
You get a couple weird looks from people as they see this line of 3 odd people just
Miriam has her nose to the floor, like,
crawling along the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this locate object, it's getting further and further away from you.
must go faster.
Fulmar just takes off full speed.
This trail has led out one of the windows of the tavern.
Miriam climbs out the window.
You know that scene from Scott Pilgrim vs. World where he dives through the window? Yeah, that's Fulmar.
Nice. Get him. Stick him. Miriam's just keeping pace as fast as she can go. Concentrating.
Yeah. So I'll just get everyone to make athletics checks to sort of keep.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh fuck!
I rolled a 19, so I got an 18.
I rolled a nat 1.
I rolled
No,
a
the
4.
fast one.
I rolled a 4 minus 1. 3.
Cool.
The strongest party.
So, Miriam, you managed to get out this window first, and you like sort of make your way sort of through this little garden bed area that's outside the window, and like you sort of head out and you continue following this trail of roses. The other two, however, you less fortunate as you try and sort of be all cool and dive out the window. You land in a
They both
rose
get stuck
bush in
the.
you land in a rose bush on sort of just in a garden bed beneath the
Oh
window.
no. Is it
Omar,
dark red
look!
roses?
We found the garden.
It sort of tangles you guys up a bit, but quick enough you manage to get yourselves free and get back on the trail.
I could just imagine the outside perspective of a rabbit diving through the window, flailing mid-air, then landing in a rose bush.
It's Bugs Bunny. He's Bugs Bunny.
Yep.
Cool. Yeah, so Miriam, you sort of follow this trail, and it leads into a sort of abandoned structure, sort of old and run down.
And then does it slow down or stop?
It's upstairs in this structure.
But it stops leaving the area?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to stay 60 feet out and wait for my friends to catch up, but maintain concentration.
In the meantime, like while you're sort of waiting for your friends to catch up, it's a bit dark, harder to sort of see. But as you look at this building, you can see that it was once upon a time, it was an old flower shop, an orchid.
What are my cantrips? Nothing useful.
Yeah, so finally the other two catch up, covered in a couple of little bricks.
You walk
Ow!
too fast.
You have a thorn in your face, Philippa.
Oh, it's right here.
Just goes, picks it out. Ow!
He pulls it, and the eye comes out with it.
It's upstairs in that derelict flower shop. Which seems like it should be significant. This case.
Upstairs, you say? Toss me.
Okay. Hands like go flat, and she like kind of in a lunge position.
Aren't you meant to be good at
Ready?
jumping?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to
Ready?
use that as well, don't worry. Ready.
I'm going to go in through the front door
3,
while they're doing that.
Aiming for the
Two.
window, but...
1.
Aiming for the window, by the way, Wombat.
Cool.
Yeet!
And, yeah, as soon as she, like, begins throwing me up, I'm going to try jumping at the same time.
Okay. So here's what I'm gonna do.
Okay?
Tay, you first. Roll me an athletics check to sort of like hoik him up a bit.
6.
Okay.
I know.
Fulma, as she sort of tries to push you up, she sort of like struggles a bit, giving you a sort of uneven launch point. Roll me acrobatics with disadvantage.
Alright.
This is wonderful. I'm so happy.
Actually, how does this feat work with that? Whenever you make any roll, you can use one roll to... Okay, that's easy enough. I'd probably use if I use dice for this. Oh fuck! I don't need it. Lowest I got was a 14 plus my. What did you say I was doing? Acrobatics.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so 14 plus 9 is 23.
Yeah, so you managed to get upstairs.
Crash it through the window.
Yeah, so yeah, you sort of get thrown up, and this window's been boarded up.
Oh
But
fuck!
so you get launched up and just boom, impact the window, but you're still on this sort of like little bit of a lip that's there. You managed to catch yourself up on it.
Okay, I
Wanda,
was
turn your
waiting.
volume up for me.
Turn the volume up.
On yourself,
Cool.
please.
I was full on expecting a rabbit-shaped hole in the window there.
I do not believe I can turn myself up.
Yeah, he sounds fine to
You
me.
can't.
You might have to. Can you turn me up on Discord?
You are streaming, aren't you?
Yeah, but it's already at max thing. The only other thing that I can do is actually turn down the stream volume, like of you guys.
You might have to.
All right, I can do that. Cool. You're all at. Yeah, sure.
We're loud. You're quiet.
My ears. All right. I hope that's better.
We tried our best. Now we're going to throw a rabbit through a wall. Thanks.
Yeah, that sounds good. Wombat.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, so where were we? Rabbit's just thunked against the window and managed to hold himself there still as Miriam makes her way in through the door.
Right. You said the window was boarded up.
Yeah.
Are there any of the boards spaced far enough for me to sort of peer in through?
Yeah. There's like a couple cracks. Roll me perception.
All right. Just gonna do some D&D Beyond. 17.
Okay. Looking in, this place, it is abandoned to shit. It's been like this for ages. Although looking in, there is a fair amount of arcane or like fancy things. There's interesting items within.
Like a collection.
Something like that.
That's been curated.
Something like that.
Fuck you.
We're fighting a magpie.
Yes. Yes, a
It's a
magpie.
crow.
It's a kenku.
And you see a sort of shadow of a figure, sort of in the corner, looking over a desk, sort of gently lit by a candle.
Yep. All right. How far up do you reckon I am?
I'll throw him cookies.
You're on the second story, so it's second story.
All right. Yeah. Fuck. I'm just gonna jump back down to the others. And say, "There's someone up there."
I was going in through the front door.
Cool. Yeah.
And
So
why'd you come down?
To tell you.
Idea.
Cool. So, yeah, Miriam. So you went for the door like a sane person. You sort of try the handle. It sort of it twists, but as you sort of go to push it open, it doesn't budge.
Her head peeks around the wall. Friends?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is there a window on this floor?
There's multiple windows along the sort of ground floor, but they are like the top windows boarded up.
We may need to do a window entry as exit was. But there are these boards.
Fireball.
I cast Mage Hand. Can I see into the room?
With your mage hand?
Can I see in, like, is there enough
through,
space?
yeah, there's probably like cracks somewhere in the boards that you can sort of peek through.
Okay, I cast it inside and try to unlock the door. Just like turn the
Yeah, so you
the
sort of try and get an angle to like sort of see the door and see what you're doing. You notice that the door doesn't have a lock. It's just that it's been boarded up from the inside.
There has to be a way that this thing has been getting in and out. Perhaps we should search the perimeter.
Okay.
Yeah, why not?
Florian just runs a lap around the outside, quickly checking for any other doors.
Yeah, roll me a perception check.
Alright.
Like 2 trailer park girls.
I'll let you have advantage and say that one of the others is helping you.
Alright, cheers, I needed that. 17.
Cool. Yeah, so you're sort of running around this the sort of front of this, trying to see if there's another way in, and eventually you sort of make your way around the back side of it and to this sort of garden area. And as you sort of make your way in, there's a sort of, it's well overgrown. There's lots of vine and ivy and that sort of thing. There's a sort of small couple of rose bushes around the garden. And as you're sort of running through, there's almost like a small sort of ring of single just roses sticking out of the ground that you notice.
Alright. So like anything in the ring, or is it just like a ring of roses?
It's just a ring of roses, but as you're sort of like running along, that's sort of the only thing you can see. There's a back door there, but like with the front, it seems boarded up.
Alright. Yeah, he's gonna run past that, skid and pause for a second, then like walk back. And from a
I
distance,
see what you did there.
yeah, when he gets close to it, he's just gonna like stretch and sort of touch like the circle with his foot.
The ground.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you go to touch it with your foot, and it sort of there's nothing there. You just sort of your foot just phases through this ground.
Oh, interesting. And he runs back towards the others. Guys, I think I found something.
Did you find more roses?
Actually, yes. Follow me.
Opportune. Okay.
Miriam grabs
Incestually
one for
models.
snacking on and like scurry.
With you guys and eating roses. Yeah, so you all come out the back into this overgrown garden, and you see this small ring of single roses just sprouting up out of the ground that you is pointed out to you by Fullamar.
Look what happens. Pulls out a dagger and just dangles it above the hole and drops it.
You hear clinging sound as it sort of drops down this hole.
What's in there besides a dagger?
Multiple daggers, they're all pointing up.
Oh, that's gonna make this next bit worse. I don't know, but there's one way to find out. Fucking hops down it.
Jesus.
Be safe.
Yeah, so you go to jump into it, and you get ankle deep, and then are just in it, still like above ground. Just your ankles are beneath this thing, but like the ground you can feel is sort of at a angle.
Oh, okay. Yep, it's unexpected. And without bending his leg, he sort of just ducks his head underneath the ground.
You see, there's a sort of tunnel, sort of goes down and across through this ground.
Oh, it's a tunnel. And he just
Miriam goes in.
walks.
You should be careful. Are you going through the tunnel, Fulmar? Doesn't look.
Don't bunnies burrow?
He's a traitor. Um,
Yes, and
Maybe
yes.
Fulmar was the thief the entire time. He had the
Probably.
flowers in his bag.
You've fallen into my trap.
Cryo's
Um.
always the traitor.
um,
Plays an
cool.
adorable innocent bunny. Is traitor.
yeah, so you all sort of slink your way through this tunnel. It's definitely wide enough to fit each of you, but not wide enough to. You got to be in a single file line for it.
Yeah, we're human centipeding it down this tunnel.
Mhm.
Lovely, yummy.
Bad way of putting it, but okay.
Human centipeding, despite the fact that none of you are human.
I'm human.
Technically. Yeah, so you all sort of manage to make your way in, and there's like a sort of yeah, it sort of parts into this sort of like almost cracked wooden board ring. You stick your head up and you can peek around this shop. It's sort of full of withering flowers and plants, turned over tables and shelves, chests, that sort of thing.
Picture us like a bunch of meerkats, like poking up, doing the.
And there's stairs in the back corner, sort of leading up to the upstairs area.
Are we gonna crawl up them again? Should I prepare another plate of cookies?
I think that we are past cookies at this point. We
It
are
should be
about to
brownies, you're
apprehend
right.
our subject.
Oh,
Okay, listen. Quick pep
listening.
talk. I know that we usually only chase things that don't move. This is a thing that can move. Yes?
True. Yes.
So perhaps we should talk about a strategy that does not involve falsifying baked goods.
You know what? I've got this. And she's gonna put a hand on each of your shoulders like a dad. And just like grab your shoulders. Champs, you're just gonna do your best, little buddies. You're going to grab the guys. You're not gonna get distracted by any rose petals or cookies or whatever you like to eat. And we're just gonna be the best bounty hunters we can be. And we're gonna bring in the bad guy and show them that, you know what? We're the A team. We're the ones they send on all the big missions now. No more stupid robots doing all the work. We've got the big guns. And she's gonna like do this arm motion. And she's going to give you each bardic inspiration.
Yay.
D8.
Lovely.
We've got this. And she's gonna like,
They're not going to automate us out of a job this time.
no, machines will not take people's jobs away.
Fuck, this is getting too real.
Oh lord. All right. Cool.
We've got this, guys.
So you all
You've got this.
You feel empowered by this fatherly speech.
That was very inspiring. I feel that we still don't have a plan, but I think we're fine.
As we may have learned in past lives, the best plans are the ones that just happen with no communication to 50% of your group. It's like breaking out of prison. Who needs to plan these things?
Have you broken out of prison?
Fuck's sake.
Once. I spent a little bit too much time in there after I drank too much. I tried to lick a statue. Turns out, wasn't a statue, was just a guy.
I stole a loaf of bread and did 10 years.
10 years for a loaf of bread? That seems incredibly long.
It was excessive. I killed Cryo, I'm sorry. All of the one shots are now going to be interlinked from now on.
God.
Tune in tomorrow to figure out how we fit this into a cyberpunk theme.
Cyberpunk thing. It's
We started
This
we started the session making fun of Tay, and I thought, oh, thank fuck, I'm not going to be the butt of the joke for once. No.
Oh, poor man.
so we're going
So-
up the stairs, right? We're just going.
Are you going
Wait,
up the stairs?
Are there any holes in the roof/floor of the next floor?
No.
The holes in this plan? Yes.
We could. I don't know if you guys have ever made a hole in a tavern floor above somewhere you're trying to break into. But it works real well. We could just break in through the floor.
Why don't we use the stairs?
That seems a little bit predictable, don't you think?
You're right. We should keep him on his toes.
So whether go back outside and throw through the window, or hole in the roof. I have a stick of dynamite. We can use that.
Olimar, what if we threw you on the roof with the dynamite?
Yeah, and
Left you there.
at this point, Fulmar would have just gone ADHD and just started walking up the stairs, peering around corners, seeing what's up there.
Be careful.
So, roll me a perception check.
God damn it. Ah! 24.
Cool. As you peer up the stairs, in the back corner of the room, sort of leaning against the desk, you can see this figure staring directly at you. As you poke your head up to check the room, and he says, "You know, if you're doing your whole little bravo speech before you do something miraculous, you should really consider doing it a bit quiet, or perhaps somewhere away from where the person that you're following is."
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just a bunny.
Wait.
Clearly. Well, can I help you with something?
Cookies.
Guys,
Offer him cookies.
I don't have any cookies.
Zarsh is gonna walk up the stairs with a secondary
fucking-
silent image. Room service. Did you order room service?
I regret everything.
You realize that even if I were to order room service to this abandoned structure, you wouldn't even be able to get in here without going through the little secret entrance there. So you can drop your act, it's fine.
I'm starting a new program called Carriage Eats. I bring the snacks to you.
It's...
Miriam has still got locate object on, so as she scurries up
Yeah.
between their legs, she's seeing if she can see where the...
Yeah, so that's it's on the desk sort of next to him.
Okay. I've got a thing that I'm...
Please no. I don't want to be
wait
in a
for
rabbit
this
forever.
spooky situation to play out.
So you're
So you don't want a plate of cookies.
no, I don't. I'm rather rather well fed.
I bet you like oatmeal raisin cookies. You look like the type.
No. Who the fuck likes oatmeal raisin cookies?
Psychopaths like you. Mm-hmm.
Miriam meets another rose petal.
All right, before things escalate, how about we make a deal? You give us what we want, you can have this one.
I'm priceless.
Right. First of all, I don't deal in human, mortal
I'm
trafficking.
not human.
Uh,
That basic.
Than me.
I don't deal in mortal trafficking. Second, what is it you want? You still haven't said.
A watermelon.
It's a plate about the size of a melon,
Right, that. Yes.
but not patterned like a melon. It might be magical. And she's gonna cast prestidigitation to show a straight line with some dots around it. Perhaps it looks like this.
Uh-huh. Right. And he sort of reaches over to his desk, pulls up this plate and says, this thing.
Scrolls through her notebook. He doesn't look like the guy in the picture.
Where are the thorns?
He's got no thorns. He's not wearing a mask and he doesn't have a money bag. I think we have the wrong guy.
He's sort of obscured by shadows a bit, but it's definitely...
I can see in the dark. Is it magical shadow?
No. So, yeah, you'd see a sort of 5'10"-ish human man, sort of longer hair, tied back in a bun, with a sort of thin moustache.
So it's not the curator.
No.
That we know of. Maybe it's younger curator. Baby curator. Is it baby curator? Okay. So
I give you this
you're
plate
just...
and you go away.
Well,
We're also looking for a box. It's about yay big.
Uh-huh. Right. And he
it's
sort
on
of-
your
makes a-
desk.
he
It
sets
makes
the
a
plate.
noise when you hold it.
It's more like a feeling than a noise.
Yeah.
It makes a feeling.
I do believe I know what you are talking about, but I will not be parting with that. You see, someone is paying me quite a sizable sum for it.
Nuh-uh.
Is it the same person that's paying us?
You guys are getting paid?
I'm only getting paid 10%.
We'll talk money negotiations later.
How much are you
Who
getting?
commissioned later? Who commissioned you?
It was what was his name? Mestia. He's opening his new shop.
I knew it! We should have sold it to him, and we should have stolen it back. I knew it!
You guys are clearly amateurs at this, aren't you?
No,
No.
we're the A team.
Clearly. Right.
We're going to need that.
What's it worth?
Stick of dynamite?
My work's a bit more subtle than that.
Doesn't have to be lit dynamite.
Or it can be. How attached are you to the things that are in this room?
Stick of dynamite, finger on fire.
I quite like my collection.
Well, we promise not to explode it before we leave. And we just want the box and the bowl.
Roll me persuasion.
Real quick, I am going to need him to make a wisdom saving throw as I am doing this.
Fuck my
You've
dice.
got this.
Yeah, so that wisdom saving throw was a 2.
Okay, charm person.
Cool.
We're just going to need those 2 things real quick.
Well, I see why not. You're being rather persuasive. Sure. And he grabs this dish and this box and sort of as he touches the box and puts it on the plate and walks it over to you.
I'm gonna use my
Miriam
last
takes
second.
both.
I'm gonna use
Go
my
ahead.
last second level spell slot to cast one more silent image of cookies. And we brought you a plate of cookies.
That's very generous of you. And he takes
They're
them.
oatmeal raisin. You seem like you'd like them.
Not my favorite, but I'm sure that if you they're not my favorite, but I'm sure that if you made them, they would taste fine. And he goes to grab one and bites it. And goes, these taste like nothing.
It's
I'm
so
sorry, I
disgusting.
did
He's
my
no longer
best.
charmed.
Take-
What
he
was,
takes.
what was your name, by the way?
I'm Tereth.
Tereth. Are you from here, Tereth?
Yes, I was born and raised here.
What made you start stealing all these things?
Well, when my family lost their shop, someone had to support us. I started practicing, petty stuff, and then I sort of moved up to slightly bigger jobs, and started getting items and selling them off, and yeah, it's just a way to support my family.
You considered going third party. Because the mark could use someone of your skill.
You can be part of the A team. You'll start on the B team, but you'll work.
We're
your way
full
up.
up right now, but if one of us were to die, certainly.
Right.
To the rabbit.
And the mark, they're based in what, Greendale?
Soul.
Seoul. Ah. I mean, that's quite a journey, and I'll look into it.
Right. Well, I only have 45 more seconds to get out of your sight, so I'm just going to go.
At some
Have
point,
a good day.
at some point during that conversation, Fulham would have tried slipping away from the group.
Okay.
He is a traitor.
Roll stealth check.
Right. Citizen DB. Okay, I am going to use my lucky feat to re-roll that one.
Hunt.
Don't worry, this one will be bad too. 27.
Whoa. It's bad. It's real bad.
Yeah,
real
you're
bad.
like a ghost in the night. You fucking disappear.
It's okay though, because I come back a few seconds later, and my bag may or may not be heavier.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Time to go, everyone.
Okay.
Okay. Bye, sir.
Tereth.
Good night to all of you.
Good old Pep.
and you all sort of make your way out. Do you go back
Can we
through the
take the
tunnel?
front door this
Or
time and
do
not
you,
the
rip some
tunnel?
panels off?
No, we're just gonna go through the tunnel.
Oh man. Can I not be first? The rabbit's butt smells bad.
I don't have a sense of smell. I'm happy to go behind the rabbit.
Wait,
Thank you.
this is quite. If you're first, why would you be smelling rabbit? Wouldn't rabbit be behind you?
She has a negative intelligence, Kay. She's dumber than a sack of butter.
Okay.
Don't insult butter.
True. I'm sorry, butter.
So I'm going to. I have an hour of concentrating on charm person,
Mhm.
and in that hour, I would like to tell the guard where Terith is and
Okay.
collect my bounty.
Yep. Cool. Yeah. So you go to like just a sort of local guardsman who's sort of serving for the Emerald Guard. Yeah, you sort of inform him that hey, he's upstairs in that room. And the guard sort of acknowledges you. Says, right, I'll get right on that. Let me just wrangle up some of the boys. And he sort of runs off to grab some of the others, and then
Within
sort
the
of,
next 30 minutes would be best.
I'll do my best. And he sort of runs off towards like the sort of main guard hub.
Money, please.
Right. And he sort of like reaches into his pocket and just sort of pulls out a bag of coins. Says, whatever's in there, have it. And he chucks it at you.
We'll divvy this up in a later day. We need to keep moving. Why don't we actually get cookies from the bar, load up this orc's plate with real cookies, and then deliver it?
Okay.
Mute.
That's such a good idea. Third time's the charm.
Go on, go on.
Come
So
on.
you
Boomer, go.
you go up to the bar and get a plate full of cookies. They're the barkeep's favorite, some oatmeal raisin cookies. And as you take them upstairs, all the rose petals have been cleaned up throughout the place. And you head up to room 4. The door is now closed.
Now's your chance.
Nah, Fullermar's putting his foot down. He ain't delivering these cookies.
Not doing exactly what Fulmar did the first time to gain best result. She casts a 3rd level silent image and knocks her head on the door.
Even though they have a plate of cookies.
And the door is opened by Karis as he sort of looks out groggily and says, "What?
Room service.
Did I order room service? Sure. Come in and you put it on the table."
Hey, you might want to look at this plate. It's real pretty.
And he sort of grabs the plate and sort of like has to double take at it. And you sort of see tears sort of begin to well up in his eyes. As he
Yeah, we're
sort of-
sorry, they're oatmeal raisin.
as he takes the plate, dumps the cookies off, and sort of brushes it off.
They
like,
deserve that, yes.
and inspects it.
I like this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love how the consensus of the entirety of Providence is that oatmeal raisin cookies are a travesty.
The curator likes them, don't worry.
Oh, great. That's going to be Ambrose's first question now, you know that, right?
Oh, god damn it.
Excellent. Cool.
Is that Buckley? Hi, Buck. So yeah, deliver that, and then we need to get GTFO because this guy isn't going to be charmed for that much longer.
Cool. Yeah, so you're not staying the night, you just decide to hit the road.
Book it.
Cool. Yeah, so you sort of hand the cookies to this guy. He sort of thanks you a lot for finding the plate again, and he hands you a small bag of coins as payment.
I'll hold on to this for later.
And well, the only person in the party who can count. Don't worry, it's even. Gives you each like 2 coins and takes the rest. But no, yeah. So you sort of all group together, like pack up your belongings, and you sort of make your way out of the tavern. And as you go out onto the street, you can see a sort of small group of 5 guards dressed in sort of green green armor with like sort of tabards and stuff. Sort of begin marching towards the abandoned shop.
I'm sure they'll take care of it. No need to stick around to watch. And she's pushing ADHD Rabbit.
Yeah, and so you decide that tonight you will begin your long journey back to Seoul to collect on your bounty, I suppose.
Yeah.
Cool. So you'll
What's in the backpack, Rabbit?
He literally just stole the shiniest thing he saw in that room.
Excellent.
insert various magic items.
Deck of many things.
Yeah!
Immediately void. Yeah, so you all sort of decide to dip, knowing that the guards will probably take care of the thorn, and sort of begin to make your way out to back to Seoul. It's a long journey. You take like a couple months to get there, but you
Some
finally
of that money was spent on getting a carriage.
Yeah.
So we're not walking the whole time.
Yeah. Time.
We're working on carriage eats. We gotta keep it up.
Yeah. We do food
Um,
deliveries as we go.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Uh,
Of cookies.
cool. Yeah, so you guys trudging through the swamps. You get to Ichibi, make a quick stop there, refuel, sort of restock on supplies, and then
Do some deliveries.
do some deliveries, and then head back towards Seoul. When you get there, you enter into the mark and are greeted by Ulrich Steelspade, who congratulates you on succeeding and gives you the address of where to go and deliver your bounty.
Is it in town?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
It's
Seoul a frozen wasteland now?
No. Seoul is just a lovely, temperate location.
We're delivering to the curator.
And as you sort of make your way into a solid soil, and as you make your way into this sort of tavern where you were given
It's the quill.
the instructions to go to, you meet with a fella dressed in a dark blue suit with a beard
Bitch.
and
The fucking quill.
long hair.
It's the quill.
And as you hand this box to him, he unlocks it, opens it up, takes out a golden quill,
Fucking.
and begins sort of admiring it and thanking you all profusely for aiding him.
We do
Did you want a
accept
cookie?
tips.
And he reaches down to his pocket and pulls out a large sack of coins and hands it to you.
Yes, I'll keep this for safekeeping for right now. Yes, we are starting up a new business called Carriage Eats. Thank you for your investment. We are delivering cookies to all the good boys and girls who pay us to.
Sounds very nice. I hope it works out for you.
Would you like to be an investor? We're asking for 100 platinum for a 10% stake in our company.
I believe the bag of 5,000 gold will have covered that.
But we did
Miriam almost
negotiate.
rose up.
So this is different. That's like payment for bringing you the box.
No. This is fine. This is fine. Can we bring you cookies as a new investor as a perk?
I'm quite okay. I'm on a.
Are
I'm
you
on a
sure?
rather
You look like
strict
you
diet.
like oatmeal raisin.
No,
We can make them keto or raw.
I'm fine. Thank you, though.
Do
you not like to have fun?
Cookies?
I really have something to go and prepare, so I will.
No, you're not in a rush. Just take your time.
No, I
You've
am
got.
in a
She
rush.
walks up and puts her hand on his shoulder. You've got this, buddy. You're doing the best you can. And you know what? Whatever you're working on, I hope you do it real hecking well. And she accidentally inspires him.
Fulham wants to get the fuck out of here before this guy loses his patience with this slot and murders them.
Yeah, the moment that you put your hand on his shoulder, he just sort of grabs it, lifts it off, stands up, and says, "Thank you for the delivery. Now I must go." And he walks.
We hope to do business with you again in future.
I don't.
Thank you.
We offer subscription services starting at 4 gold a month.
Miriam is backing out, like leaving Zarsha there.
That was fun, guys.
He seemed nice.
He's probably a real treat and never wants to hurt anybody or maim their family members ever.
Were his eyes funny?
Yes.
He had weird eyes, though.
Yeah.
I should have asked about them. But he seemed really upset. For some reason.
He didn't want to be friends.
All right. Let's go to a tavern and divvy up this gold. Yeah?
Yes, obviously.
Jives! And she claps and a man drives up with their cart.
I have to move our deliveries. I didn't bring the insulated bag we're supposed to bring.
She had cast Unseen Servant to drive their cart.
Excellent. As the party enters a tavern to divvy up the gold and sort of celebrate their big old payday and plan out their new startup, that is where we will end the session. I told you it would be a quick
cookie
one.
empire. Oh my god. Fucking bitch.
What a time.
This one shot has taken place several years in the past, before the events of Book of Time. For the party's reference, in the Book of Time campaign, Pelna is no longer held by Greendale.
It's held by which?
It's Oracle's territory, specifically Izu.
Which one? Izu. This bitch.
So obviously, Carriage Eats is thriving, and we will utilize them to our best ability.
Ambrose orders Carriage Eats every 3 days.
Wonderful. All right. Well, thank you everyone for joining us. I hope you enjoyed this very short one shot.
Had a great time, Wombat. Thank you for running this. Also, I hate you for making us deliver this weapon to this bitch.
Like, also, it was so good. It was so wholesome at the same time.
I hope everyone enjoyed watching. Thank you, everyone. And I suppose we'll see you all tomorrow for a cyberpunk adventure, right?
Hell yeah. System Shutdown by Grant Hewitt, first thing in the morning.
Excellent.
Or whatever time zone you're in. I guess
I'm
it's
definitely gonna sleep tonight, and I will definitely be there
That's-
on time.
what I'm saying. I'm
Awesome.
also going to sleep, but who knows?
Alrighty.
Thank you, Wombat. Donate to the thing.
Do that.
I'm gonna put it in chat again.
Yeah.
Do the money thing.
Thingy. Exclamation fundraiser.
We put the fun in fundraiser, so you put the money in the hands of the people who do the things. So
Wear a mask and carry a money bag. Super convincing.
be covered in thorns.
All right,
Alrighty.
everybody.
We'll see you all
We'll
later.
cast you later.
Bye.
No, war crimes. Multiple war crimes will be committed upon various people.